Housing market forecast for the rest of 2025. If you've been watching the market, you've likely noticed a few changes already this year. But what's next? From home prices to mortgage rates, here's what the latest expert forecasts suggest for the rest of 2025 and what these shifts could mean for you. Will home prices fall? Many people are hoping home prices will come down soon, and recent headlines about prices dipping in some areas are making people believe it's just a matter of time before there's a bigger drop. But here are the facts. While home price growth is slowing down, that doesn't mean we're headed for a crash. It just means things are moderating and prices aren't climbing nearly as fast as they were. As the National Association of Home Builders explains, house price growth slowed partly due to a decline in demand and an increase in supply. Persistent high mortgage rates and increased inventory combined to ease upward pressure on house prices. These factors signaled a cooling market, following rapid gains seen in previous years. But like with anything, it varies by area. Some markets are cooling more than others. Even in markets where prices have come down slightly, the average dip is just 3.5%. That's a far cry from the nearly 20% decline the market experienced during the 2008 crash. Plus, those small changes are easily absorbed when you consider how much home prices have climbed over the past few years. The takeaway? Prices aren't crashing. They're expected to keep climbing nationally, just not as quickly these days. And some may argue they'll be closer to flat by the end of this year. But this is going to vary by market, with some local ups and downs. So, lean on a pro to see the latest price trends for your area. Will mortgage rates come down? Another common thought among today's buyers is that they will wait for rates to come down. But is that a smart strategy? According to Yahoo Finance, if you're looking for a substantial interest rate drop in 2025, you'll likely be left waiting. The latest news from the Federal Reserve and other key economic data points toward steady mortgage rates on par with what we see today. In other words, avoid trying to time the market or waiting for a drop that may not occur. While rates did come down a bit over the summer, most experts say rates will remain in the sixes, and projections have them settling in the mid-6% range by the end of this year. And that's not a significant change from where they are right now. So if you need to move, let's talk about how to make it happen and what you should watch for. Although rates may not be as low as you'd like, it's unwise to put your needs on hold, hoping for a significant drop. As the data suggests, this is unlikely. Of course, things can change. That's why working with an expert who is keeping an eye on all the economic factors that can influence mortgage rates is going to be essential this year. That's because shifts in things like inflation, employment, and other key drivers could impact how mortgage rates move going forward. The takeaway for homeowners. This market requires strategy, not guesswork. Prices are still rising nationally, just more slowly, and rates are projected to stay pretty much where they are. So the bigger picture is one of moderation, not a meltdown. If you want to make a move, your best bet is to focus on your personal situation, not what the headlines say, and work with a real estate pro who knows how to navigate the shifting conditions in our local market. We believe that every family should feel confident when buying and selling a home,